Welcome, clean energy and e-mobility enthusiasts, to the brand new episode of Smart Energy Podcast. I am your host, Santosh Khadtare, editor of Smart Energy magazine, and I am thrilled to have you join us today. Our mission here is crystal clear: to explore the dynamic world of clean energy and e-mobility. Whether you are a tech geek, a policy wonk, or just curious about the future, this podcast is your go-to source for insights, innovations, and industry developments. Each episode we bring you face-to-face with the movers and shakers, the visionaries who are shaping the energy landscape. From leaders and decision makers to government officials and entrepreneurs, we dive deep into their experiences, challenges, and triumphs. And today we have a true industry titan with us, Mr. Rajaram T R, Country Head India at Gantner Instruments India Private Limited. Rajaram plays a pivotal role in leading the operations of Gantner Instruments Indian subsidiary. With over 18 years of experience, he is a seasoned expert in test and measurement solutions across diverse industry segments: automotive, aerospace, transport, energy, and civil engineering. But that's not all. Rajaram has carved a niche for himself by actively engaging with electric vehicle manufacturers. He provides them with cutting-edge, high-speed data acquisition systems. His expertise lies in overseeing the measurement of electrical, mechanical, and thermal parameters essential for testing batteries, inverters, and electric motors. Through strategic collaboration, Rajaram significantly enhances the efficiency and performance of EV components. For our listeners who may not be familiar with Gantner Instruments, the company is headquartered in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and specializes in data acquisition solutions for modern testing and monitoring applications. The company caters to various industries including mobility, energy, and aerospace. So let's dive right in. Mr. Rajaram, welcome to the Smart Energy Podcast. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you, Santosh. It's my pleasure to join you in this podcast and share some details on EV technology, which will be useful to the market as well as the manufacturers with respect to a testing point of view. Thank you. It's my pleasure once again.
Before we delve into the nitty-gritty, could you provide our listeners with an overview of Gantner Instruments and its operations in India? Additionally, we would like to learn more about the test and measurement solutions you offer and the industries you cater to.
Yeah. To answer your question, we Gantner Instruments are basically a test and measurement company, and we specialize in providing high-speed data acquisition hardware coupled with software for testing and validation applications. So as you told earlier in the introduction, we cater to various segments of the industries like automotive, aerospace, energy, civil, R&D, etc. So our devices or our data acquisition systems comes into play where the customer needs to acquire data at a very high speed and at a very high resolution as part of their testing and validation needs. To give a brief overview of our Gantner operations, so the Gantner group globally is headquartered in a place called Schruns in Austria, and we have around 9 subsidiaries and around 50 plus sales partners spread across the globe. Gantner India, the Indian subsidiary, was founded way back in 2008, and we are currently headquartered in Chennai with complete trained technical and customer support personnel to cater to the Indian market and support the Indian customers.
Thank you, Mr. Rajaram, for that insightful overview of Gantner Instruments. Transitioning to the mobility industry, could you share insights into the array of testing and certification solutions Gantner Instruments provides for the EV industry?
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, our focus is to help the manufacturers in India with precise high resolution data as part of their testing and validation of their products. So if you see the EV ecosystem, the three critical components of the EV ecosystem, namely the battery, the inverter, and motor, requires extensive data collection, that is data acquisition at a very high sampling speeds as part of their testing and validation. So keeping the need for high speed, high resolution measurement as part of testing of the three critical pillars of the EV's ecosystem, namely the battery, inverter, and motor. We have come up with a specialized series. Gantner has come up with a specialized series, which we call it as the Q.series X. X stands for extreme. Q.series X series of data acquisition system. And the Q.series X is completely designed keeping in mind the technical features like 1500 volt galvanic isolation, 24-bit resolution, kilohertz and megahertz sampling speed, etc. So by providing this Q-series X, or by making a solution, test and measurement solution based on Q-series X series of products for the EV testing, we are able to measure almost all the parameters which the manufacturer is interested in, like high voltage, high current, temperature, strain gauges, vibrations, power calculations, which are pretty common and as part of testing of all the batteries or inverters or motors in the EV space.
Thank you for that comprehensive overview, Mr. Rajaram. It's impressive to see how Gantner Instrument is contributing to the EV industry's growth with its testing and certification solutions. In terms of testing and certification requirements, what distinguishes the EV industry from others?
To answer your question, Santosh, in simpler words, EV technology has made drastic upgrades with respect to the technology of batteries, with respect to the technology of electric motors, and with respect to the technology of inverters. So it's an evolving technology, and all the manufacturers across the globe are investing huge in EV, and you see developments happening at a rapid pace in the EV industry. So as new techniques are being looked upon, this requires validation and certification of this new technology at a faster pace. And that is where we help the manufacturers so that they collect all the data with respect to their testing. And with this data, they can make the products, validate their products with respect to the efficiency, the real life usage, how it is, for example, the temperature stability of the battery. All these are new technologies and new techniques are being tested by the manufacturers, and data acquisition plays a pivotal role in acquiring this data and putting this in front of the customer so that he can validate and makes his product better.
It's clear that the EV industry's testing and certification requirements are unique and demanding. Getting into the specifics, could you delve deeper into the significance of data acquisition and power analyzers in EV and battery testing?
I will answer this question in two parts. First, we will talk about the importance of data acquisition, and the second part, we will talk about the importance of power analysis in EV and battery testing. So, when it comes to data acquisition, synchronized timestamp real-time data is critical when it comes to data acquisition in EV testing. So this calls for I/O modules with inbuilt signal conditioners coupled with real-time FPGA-based controllers that can be programmed as per the customer requirement. And as I told earlier, since the industry is growing, the customer or the industry also looks for complete openness, modularity, and flexibility of the measurement system in a big way. So keeping all this in mind, the Gantner DAQ ecosystem is designed to be completely open, scalable, and flexible so that the customer can use our data acquisition system for any kind of testing in the EV space. So as I told earlier, whenever there is a requirement of high speed, high resolution measurement on any part of the EV's ecosystem, we have modules with good technical capabilities to do that measurement. So the point to stress here is real-time synchronized high-speed measurement. So that's on the part of data acquisition. And when it comes to power analysis, as you may already know, power analysis in an electric vehicle technology involves examining the various aspects related to the consumption, generation, and management of electric power within the vehicle system. So it's very important because all manufacturers look for effective power analysis so that they can make their electric vehicle more efficient, more range, etc. can be brought by having a detailed testing of the power consumption of the EV vehicle. So for that, we Gantner Instruments has come up with our own power analyzers. So we have hardwares for power analysis coupled with software solutions through which the customer can real-time analyze the power of the electric vehicle. So in nutshell or as an inference, I can tell you that power analysis in EV is essential for optimizing the performance, the efficiency and reliability, ensuring the seamless integration of electric power system within the vehicle architecture.
Thank you for explaining the critical role of data acquisition and power analyzers in EV and battery testing. Could you elaborate on Gantner's leading monitoring, control, and analytical solutions tailored for the renewable energy industry?
So, to have a focused approach, Gantner globally, we have formed a separate company which we call it as Gantner Instruments Environmental Solutions GmbH to cater to the measurement and monitoring need in the renewable energy sector. So, through this company, as you know, environmental or renewable energy doesn't require such a high speed measurement as we see in the automotive industry. So, we have a different series of products specially tailor made for the renewable energy from the Gantner portfolio. So, through which, for example, with the Gantner Environmental Solutions, we provide complete PV monitoring and control solutions for the complete utility scale power plants. Here, our product portfolio includes string monitoring devices, DC and AC combiner boxes, weather stations, cloud-based solutions, power quality meters, data loggers, etc. for the power plant. And we also have a very impressive controller, which we call it as the Q reader, which can act as the complete power plant controller. So this renewable energy segment is very important for us, and to have this focused approach, we have separated it out from our conventional automotive business, and we have a separate company doing that now. And we have now completed around projects in 47 countries, the capacity of more than 8 gigawatt, and we are growing day by day as we speak in this segment.
Thank you for shedding light on Gantner's tailored solutions for the renewable energy sector. How does Gantner Instruments differentiate itself from its competitor? Moreover, how does the company ensure customer satisfaction and sustain its competitive edge in the market?
Our focus always has been to support customers with a fully open, scalable, and flexible platform for the data acquisition needs that the customer comes up with. We also take utmost care while we designing our products and make sure that our DAQ devices can be used for multiple testing applications. And all our DAQ hardware boasts of excellent technical features like 24-bit resolution, permanent three-way galvanic isolation, completely hot swappable, independent operation with or without a PC, and etc. etc. So our DAQ devices are pretty easy to use, and this makes it the preferred choice for all the leading OEMs and end users in the EV space. We also keep on evolving. As I told you, the EV technology is evolving, and we also have to evolve with our devices to meet the customer requirements. So our R&D setup is quite strong, and we keep on scaling our product ranges to meet the industry demands.
Thank you for sharing Gantner Instruments' approach to differentiation and customer satisfaction. It's evident that the company's focus on innovation and customer centricity sets it apart in the market. With Gantner's presence in over 37 locations worldwide, how pivotal is the Indian market for Gantner Instruments? Furthermore, which industries are driving and are expected to continue driving growth for Gantner Instruments in the future?
India has been and is an important market for Gantner Instruments. That's the obvious reason why the first subsidiary of us outside Europe was opened way back in 2008 itself in Chennai in India. We have been quite successful with respect to our conventional testing application in the automotive space in India so far. Our future strategy, to put it, will be to replicate our global success in other segments of the Indian industry, namely EV, aerospace, structural monitoring, and solar monitoring. So we are trying to replicate the success stories what we have in these segments globally and bring that niche into the Indian market and support the Indian manufacturers in these segments.
Thank you for highlighting the significance of the Indian market for Gantner Instruments. It's clear that India plays a pivotal role in the company's global strategy, especially considering the country's rapid growth in industries such as renewable energy and electric vehicles. Are there any forthcoming projects or developments that stakeholders and customers can anticipate from Gantner Instruments in India?
Sure. As I told earlier, we are really bullish on the Indian market, and we are betting big on edge computing, big data handling, cloud connectivity in the test and measurement field. We feel that as the Indian market evolves and matures, there will be a huge scope for these measurement technicalities as part of testing. And we are also constantly upgrading our architecture, keeping in mind of these things and trying to be future ready. Another important aspect or specific to the Indian market is customization of our products ranges so that we fully satisfy the needs of the Indian customer. As I speak, we are working on a slew of projects with various blue chip automotive customers in India, wherein we are customizing our standard products to meet the customer specific demands. So, betting big on edge computing, big data handling, and cloud connectivity, as well as customization of our products to meet the exact customer requirements of the Indian market is the strategy what we are currently following and what we feel that will be a success for us in India.
It's exciting to hear about Gantner Instruments' upcoming projects and developments in India. Lastly, could you define success from Gantner's perspective? Additionally, where do you envision Gantner Instruments in India 5 years from now?
When the customer is able to test and make their products better based on the data we acquire and we provide, that defines the success of any test and measurement company. And we Gantner also believes that. Looking at the future, we would really like to see Gantner India to be positioned as one of the premium data acquisition player in the Indian market, catering to various kinds of test and measurement applications spread across various industrial segments. Again, we have to have a focused approach to achieve this. That's why we have identified certain segments where we feel that our products are tailor-made or the technical specifications of our products really meet the demands which comes as part of automotive testing, aerospace testing, renewable energy, and structural health monitoring. So we look ahead with positivity and be part of the India growth story by providing our data acquisition solutions in these segments.
Thank you, Mr. Rajaram, for taking time from your busy schedule and sharing your wealth of knowledge and valuable insights with our listeners today. It's clear that Gantner Instrument is at the forefront of innovation, driving advancements in testing, monitoring, and certification solutions. I am certain our listeners have gained valuable insights into the intricacies of testing and certification in the electric vehicle industry, as well as Gantner Instruments' dedication to excellence, customer satisfaction, and future growth. Thank you once again for joining us on the Smart Energy Podcast.
Thank you. It was absolutely my pleasure to join and answer the questions whatever was put forward. And we wish Smart Energy all the best with respect to your endeavors in bringing new technologies as well as brainstorming with respect to the developments, what's happening in the EV sector in India. And we are also very happy to be part of it. And it was absolutely my pleasure to answer all the questions. Thank you.
Listeners, remember that the future is powered by innovation, collaboration, and sustainable choices. As we wrap up this episode, let's recharge our curiosity and stay plugged into the latest developments. Subscribe to the Smart Energy Podcast and our YouTube channel for exclusive content and updates from the clean energy and e-mobility industry. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Until our next episode, keep your energy positive and your vision forward. See you soon. Till the time, take care, stay green, and stay charged.